like snowing a lot. And they didn't cancel classes today. I'm gonna have to walk in the snow. It's gonna be so annoying.
The cool we have here.
Listen to this. I almost busted my ass. I literally slipped, and the first thing that went through my head, I said, in that second I thought I was falling, I said, my tuition is covered. Like, it's over. The new school owes me so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is just what it's like to be a student in New York. Yesterday,
This is unacceptable.
It was in the 50s, and now it's snowing.
It looks pretty until you think you're gonna slip and fall.
Yeah, it actually, like, it's beautiful, but like, like this would have been cool in January and February.
But it's freaking spring. But apparently not.
This is ridiculous.
Q&A time, so let's get to it. First question, what is your favorite class at the moment and why? Well, my favorite class at the moment, I would have to say my social psych class, mostly because my professor is, first of all, I find him cute. And he's super smart, which is kind of intimidating but kind of attractive. Also, I've been learning so much. I think it's my favorite class, especially because I've learned about it before in high school, but not in such detail. So it's nice to like really go in depth with social psych. You can apply a bunch of terms to like your everyday life. Due to the things I've learned in social psych, I've been able to like spot certain things in people and be like, oh, that's that. Oh, like when I did this, that was like me doing like this certain term. And I don't know, like it helps me kind of know like the possibilities of why certain things have happened or not, or how people like react. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Okay, second question, what's your favorite part about living in the city? My favorite part about living in the city is, even though I do miss driving, I would say the fact that you can just walk anywhere, and of course the fact that there's like functioning public transportation, like the subway. Yeah, it's hard to get used to it at some points, and yeah, it might be like scary or like nerve-wracking because there's so many people and it's overwhelming, but I feel like the system like is pretty well, especially for such a big like city. Third question, if you could be any famous person, living or dead, who would you be? This question is so hard. I really have to think about it. Audrey Hepburn. I don't know, I would have loved to live like in the time span that she lived. I just find her so amazing and I love her movies. I just love to be put in her shoes. I don't know, that's a good answer. Well, there's no like right or wrong answer, but I think her. Who inspires you? This is a great question. I would say my grandmother. Oh my god, not my parents. If my parents watch this, I'm sorry. My grandmother inspires me just because she's always been such a faithful person. My grandma and my dad always get into arguments over like the whole situation happening in Venezuela, and she's like, no, but you have to like have faith in God, like things are gonna get better. And my dad's always like, ay, señora Anita, like you have too much faith, like it's just like it's gonna take such a long time for things to get better. And she's like, yeah, but they will. I look up to her in that way. I remember being little, I don't know why, like I barely remember things from like my childhood. I don't know, I have shitty memory, but I remember asking her like, I don't get it, like, the whole little like Trinity, like El Padre, El Hijo, y El Espíritu Santo. 3 of them all in one. Like, I just don't get it. And she was like, it's not something that you're supposed to get. I guess like the more faith you have, the less you'll question little things in religion just because of how great your faith is. And she just taught me to like, you can keep asking, you can search on Google, but like you're not gonna find an answer. Like there's certain things in religion that there are no answers to, just because you will find out the answer once you die and you go to heaven or hell or whatever. And when I was little, that would drive me crazy. I'd be like, but why this, but why that? She would always read like the kid Bible to me to go to sleep, and it's just, I just find it beautiful how much faith she has in God, and I hope I can follow in her footsteps. This is a question I've been meaning to talk about. I was gonna make a whole video about it, but since someone asked me this, shout out to Bruno for asking. It's personal and it is kind of a long story, so I don't know how long it's gonna take to explain, but for those of you who don't know, I am moving back to Miami. So the question is, why did you decide to come back to Miami, and how do you think that's going to affect you? Whew. Okay, This is gonna take a while to explain, but being here in New York has been great. It's been a dream come true. I remember since like 4th grade being like, oh my god, I belong in New York, I belong in New York. And now I'm here in New York, I made it, woo! Dream come true. But there's been a lot of points in like these 2 semesters where I'm like, I don't know, like this and that, like I don't belong, like I don't fit in. And I know everyone has these doubts going into college. And obviously being here alone, like I have my roommate, Fernando, which I've known since 5th grade, so that has of course been super helpful because we've had each other, but it's still hard, like you're alone in the city. I was homesick and stuff, but not even that much. Like it kind of hit me like maybe 2 months in that I was like, oh my god, I'm so far away from home, like I miss my grandma, my grandpa, like my parents, my little cousins. But that wasn't like a main like wow thing that like made me decide like, oh, you need to go back to Miami. No, I also have been having like a lot of trouble just because of ideologies and conflicting like beliefs and stuff. Like, you know, I'm religious. I wouldn't consider myself conservative at all, but tampoco like super liberal. Like I'm not on either extreme. I'm like in the middle. So yeah, I have my beliefs, my ideologies, and a lot of people here have their beliefs and ideologies, and they are, I'm not gonna say everyone, but a lot of beliefs are very extreme here. While living here, I've learned a lot, not only through experience, but I've learned to see the other side of things, which I find has been very important for me to mature and, oh my god, my eyes itchy. Which I find has been very important for me to mature and just become a well-grounded human being, because I feel like a lot of people just stick to their side of things, and then when someone goes against them, they're just like, no. It's good to hear both sides and like, or all sides of everything, and just, yeah, you have your beliefs, but other people have theirs. And it's good to just hear out other beliefs, respect them, and just live like in unison. Like it's fine. Like everyone has different beliefs. So yeah, I had a hard time accustoming to like, you could say like culture shock. All these little things that accumulated. And then this semester I had this like economic situation because I entered the new school being a BAFA student, like dual degree, photography and psychology. Last semester I realized that I wasn't as artsy as I thought. So I was like, I just want to do psych. So literally like last minute, like a week into spring semester, I was like, no, I have to get out. Like I just have to be in psych. I got out. 2nd week, I was just doing psych and I loved it. Like, and I still do. Like I love what I'm learning. But I don't know, there was this whole problem with like scholarships because I wasn't in the BAFA program anymore, and like I got those scholarships because of that program, this and that, and just like this economic like stress. It was like a factor that, you know, I was like, ugh, like it was annoying having to like stress about money. It's been just a lot of little factors that have affected my decision to go back to Miami. There's not really like just one decision. I've just outweighed the pros and cons, and I think for my degree, I want to do psych. The higher education you have in psychology, the more doors open for you. So I'm just thinking that it's not worth being in debt my 4 years for a bachelor when I want to get a master's. I would rather go back to Miami, graduate with a bachelor's in psychology, and either come back here to New York or any other state and get my master's there. I just honestly think it's what's best for me. How do you think that's going to affect you? Moving back to Miami is gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. Yeah, I have my family there, some friends, but it's going to be hard because my friends over there already have their like lives and like their own friends, and they're doing their own thing. I'm excited to go back to Miami, but I'm very nervous. I feel like everything that I've learned here will help me grow even more once I go back to Miami. But it's going to affect me in a good way because I will be economically stable. I will be with my family, and I'm just hoping that going back will help me literally kick ass so I can get a lot of scholarships and good money to go to a great school for my master's. I have a good feeling about going back. I'm excited to see like what this new me has to offer in Miami and what Miami has to offer me now that I'm not like super changed, like oh my god I saw the light, like no, but I feel like I have matured and I'm more independent now. Next, I'm done being all deep. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? I would go to Italy just because I know I have descendants over there. Like my family's like half Italian. My great grandfather was born in Italy, so I would be so down to go to Italy. What is your favorite place to eat in the city? That's a good question. Okay, it's kind of expensive, but it's super worth it. It's called Eat Ali, like Italy, but eat. And they have everything. They have this like station of Nutella. They have a coffee station, a gelato station, a seafood restaurant, and a pasta slash pizza restaurant, like grocery store too. Italy is a place to go. I went to this Spanish place with my parents when they were here called Boqueria. It's really good. That's it for today. I know I didn't answer that many questions, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and do everything you gotta do. Sorry for the noise. New York, literally New York is like this all the time. It's like 11 p.m. I'm trying to sleep, and an ambulance, a cop, like with their like super loud. Oh, whatever.
Chikiribon, chikiribon, bon. Mami, llámame.